And Alex, 18 rebounds, a career high for you today. What went into crashing the glass?
Coach told us, be physical, go at it. So I thought, just being relentless. Some of them just kind of landed in my lap, so I'll take them. But, just being physical, being big down there, trying to grab everything.
And a huge day for all the bigs today. PG had a big one, and Fairberg's a really big one in one of his first games back. He hit it from three, he rebounded, he blocked the ball. How much does it go into being a SWAT team?
Man, it just shows, what we can do. We got a lot of guys on this team, a lot of size, a lot of length, a lot of guards, a lot of everything. So I think it was a good game. Like you were saying, Chris coming back, he tries to be quiet about it, but he did a heck of a job. So I thought it was just a great team effort, and that's what we do.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Go Mocs.
Go Mocs.
Back to you, Jim. Not only from the free throw line, but also driving in on the perimeter. What went into those tonight?
I had to make up for my dumb technical in the first half, man. I got a great group of guys behind me, a lot of dogs, and we're so deserving of a championship, man. And so that's all we were really talking about at halftime is like, this is the next step to get there. And we know we got a big opponent come Sunday, but we knew this was the first step. And so we just needed to do everything we could to get that gold.
And you talk about working as a team. We saw big rebounds by Alex. We saw blocks by PG. We saw Joe Moon IV doing Joe Moon IV things. Just talk about the team's effort tonight.
Just like you said, they've been doing that all year, dude. And everyone has a role on this team, and they do it to perfection. And tonight was just another example of that. But this is a great group of guys, and we're excited for Sunday.
Awesome. Thank you, Jane. And get ready for Nova tonight. Season high is 16 today. How did it feel to finally get those buckets going tonight?
I got to give credit to my teammates. They hit me when I was open, so credit to them. You know what I'm saying?
And then you've really gotten in rhythm from three in the last few games. What has gone into that? Obviously, your team is getting you open, but you're doing a great job of running the break and finding those openings.
It's really just consistency. I do the same thing every day. So I'm in the gym after practice, before practice, so just stay with it, and it'll come to you.
And then you've done a great job all year of really getting the lead guard for these squads. You had to take on Hernandez and Lane tonight. What went into that focus defensively?
Lock down and just find a way. Just find a way to win.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you, Jim.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
both track teams got their miles in this past weekend as the squads split up, with some of them heading to Cleveland, Tennessee for the Leaf Fast Break Invitational and others competing down at USF. Up in Tennessee, the SSC Women's Distance Runner of the Week, Emma Musante, was the headliner with her 17:10 5K, which was good enough for 15th overall and second all-time at FSC. The men also made the trip up, with Karl van Gelder being the top performer, as he set an outdoor personal record for the 5K with his 14:26 for 11th overall and the SSC leader in the event. Aiden Redmond also had a strong showing, running 3:53 in the 1500 up there, but we can't talk about Florida Southern track without mentioning Anthony Matthew, who set another school record, this time in the 800 down at the USF Invitational, where he ran a blistering time of 1:49.95. Woo! That's fast. With his 1:49.95, Anthony became the first mock ever under 150 and found his second provisional time of the outdoor season and fifth of his career. His 800 also puts him as the second fastest runner in the SSC over the event this season. The first ever outdoor SSC championships will take place this weekend in Daytona Beach, where the Mocs will look to dominate in the distance events and maybe even play some spoiler. Despite not possessing a sprint team, the Mocs on paper are set to win the meet if they can all place where they are seated going in. And as always, to stay glued to fcmocs.com and of course the Snakebite for all the best coverage of the best track team in school history. I said it. The women's soccer team continues to roll through any and all competition as they now sit 3-0-1 after a historic weekend to accompany their historic start to the season. This 3-0-1 record is the best since 2014, when they started with the same exact record through the first four. And the ladies aren't doing it against just any teams either. So let's talk about their matchup, their first of this last weekend, when they took on the preseason number 2 team in the country, and at the time, number 18 team in the country in Columbus State University. The Mocs came into this matchup still looking for their first win ever against Columbus State, coming in 0-3-1 overall against the Cougars, who beat the Mocs 4-0 at home last year and were the top offense in D2. Despite all this, the Mocs came in looking to hand the number 18 Cougars their first road regular season loss since 2023. Early, the Mocs had to hang tough as they faced an onslaught of runs and shots from the Cougar offense, challenging the Mocs backline and forcing Mocs keeper Carly Brodsky to step up early and often. The Mocs defense kept them even until the 24th minute when freshman Brianna Harrigan found the back of the net for the second time in her collegiate career, and it wasn't over after that, as both teams battled for possession and the Mocs fought tooth and nail to keep their 1-0 lead. Throughout this one, Brodsky shined. She posted a career-high 7 saves, but she needed her defense to make one more big play. And to secure the win, Jordan King stepped up to stop the final chance for the Cougars, ensuring all 20 shots by them fell short. These ladies weren't done yet after that, and Asher, they looked to continue to roll after that 4th game of the season, and they were coming up against a really strong performance in their next one.
One tossed over to Moffitt. Moffitt gives it right back. That one tapped in the air. Teams both battling for possession now. A good touch there by the Mocs. That's Paul Hansen as he'll send that one in, and another touch and a goal there by Darcy Moffitt. The Mocs with a quick touch and a goal found there off the foot of last year's superstar, Darcy Moffitt. Early on in this game, the Mocs finding it. That's the first goal allowed by Christian Brothers all season and just the 3rd shot on goal against them all year long. Two people I've talked about a lot so far, talking over how they're going to take this free kick. You can see Oliver Shaboni moving up. He'll run over it. Oliver will take and give it quickly to Shaboni. Shaboni will look to cross low. That one's sent in. Can a head get on it? And no, it goes off the leg of the Buccaneers. And that's goal number 2 of the game for the Mocs. This one, a low cross that just hits off the sliding leg of the Buccaneers. And the Mocs are striking early, and the Mocs are striking often tonight. It's already a 2-0 lead, and we are just 17 minutes into this one. Let's see that last replay. Everything is going the Mocs' way right now. You can see Hector Oliver, he's the one that takes this free kick. He'll send it wide, and Shaboni just sends it in off the leg and up and over the keeper. As they'll move up, the freshman with it at his feet. He'll look inside. A shot there and in. The Mocs find goal number 3, and that's goal number 3 of the season for Tim Byaline, his first goal of the game, and now he has 2 goal contributions. A great find there for the Mocs, running right down the middle of the field. The assist will go to Braga Una, the freshman forward, and let's see that last replay. You couldn't have drawn it up any better for the Mocs, just laying it right there for the striker. The low ball, far post, outside the box is in from the Pittsburgh transfer. And welcome back to the walk-on show here with Florida Southern men's basketball. Coach Donnelly and Coach Mack, thank you guys for coming back on.
Oh, this is great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we have to start it off a 26-win season this year, the most wins since 1920 when it was cut short. What does it mean to be able to really get the guys to rally around and have such a strong season, even though it did not end the way you may have dreamed of?
Yeah, 26 wins, a lot to be proud of with that win total. A lot goes into it, obviously. All the credit goes to the guys because it's such a long season and it's such a grind. And there's so many ups and downs and so many different circumstances that happen throughout the year. For the guys to persevere and grind out 26 wins, we're really proud of.
Absolutely. It's have 26 wins, and like Coach said, it's a long season. It's a grind. The emotions of everything that happens throughout the season. When you look back on it, it stinks the way it ends, on a loss. But you look back at all the great memories that we created with the guys, and the perseverance that they had. To start the season out, we lost Erickson Bands before we played any game, so that was a tough loss to the year. And that the guys handled that extremely well, but. 26 wins, you have to celebrate that. Told the guys that in the locker room after our game on Sunday, and we will celebrate that the right way. But they're a great group to work with, an unbelievable group of guys.
And a big part of the season, pretty much every season with you guys here at Florida Southern, was the offense. 92.6 points per game, a top 10 mark in the NCAA, a top 3 mark of all time at Florida Southern. The offense, obviously a big part of the team. What went into that this year and continuing that success?
Yeah, honestly, it's recruiting. It's recruiting and player development. Those are the two key components to building the type of high-powered offense that we have. And then the third component is IQ, because we are very conceptual type of offense. We don't run a lot of set plays, but we have a lot of actions, and you need guys to be able to read and react. It looks kind of easy to play, but it is sophisticated because it's conceptual, and you need guys, like I just said, with a high IQ, and every guy has been recruited for a different reason. And when the offense is clicking like it did for the most part this year, you see all those different strengths kind of combined together to kind of be fluid in a flow type offensive rhythm for it to really click, which it showed throughout the year. And then the player development. The guys are constantly in the gym, constantly getting work in with our coaches. Our coaches do a great job making themselves available. But, it's great to get an open shot, but you got to make the open shot. And our guys did a really good job shooting the ball at a high level this year.
Yeah, I'll add to that. I think having that chemistry, personalities. Just talked to Peyton Gerald, and we were talking about the portal a little bit, and he's like, we have to, compete next year for a national championship, and that's a guy we've had for 1 year, and he's a part of our program. He's a part of our family. He knows what it takes, and he wants to see this program have success. So having that championship DNA is key as well. So it's like personalities, that chemistry, just having that championship DNA and knowing what it takes to win, that development, being a good person, working hard every day, and just being committed to getting the team in the right position to win games and to win championships.
And I think two of the many guys on the team that really embody that is Dominic Denny and Jaden Booth. Dominic Denny, one of 4 players ever, 1,000 points, 500 assists in a career just at Florida
Remarkable,
Southern.
yeah.
And then Jaden Booth, 1,500 points and 300 assists, one of 6 all-time at Florida Southern. Those two guys, a huge part of the success this year in the last few. How much does having guys like that on the team just make it fun to coach?
Yeah, it makes it fun, coach.